She went ahead and slid back the partitions. Hannah went ahead and slid back the partitions. Sadao was not yet there. Dr. Sadao was not yet there. Yumi, following, put down her wooden bucket. Yumi followed her and put down her wooden bucket. Then she went over to the white man. Then Yumi went over to the white man. When she saw him, her thick lips folded themselves into stubbornness. Stubbornness means persistence. When Yumi saw the white man, her thick lips folded themselves into stubbornness. It means that Yumi became stubborn. She came into the mood to disobey the command of her master. See what happened. I have never bathed a white man, she said, and I will not wash so dirty a one now. Yumi said that she had never bathed a white man and she would not wash so much dirty white man as that one then. Hannah cried at her severely. Severely means seriously. You will do what your master commands you. Hannah cried at Yumi seriously and told her that she would do what her master commanded her. There was so fierce. Fierce means dangerous. A look of resistance. Resistance means opposition upon Yumi's round, dull face that Hannah felt unreasonably means very much afraid. There was a very dangerous look of opposition on Yumi's round, dull face that Hannah felt very much afraid. After all, if the servants should report something that was not as it happened, Hannah was afraid that the servants might report to the police something that was not as it had happened. Very well, she said with dignity. Dignity means respect. You understand, we only want to bring him to his senses so that we can turn him over as a prisoner. To control the situation, Hannah tried to convince Yumi with respect that they only wanted to bring the white man to his senses so that they could turn him over as a prisoner to the police. I will have nothing to do with it, Yumi said. I am a poor person and it is not my business. Yumi said that she would have nothing to do with it. She was a poor person and it was not her business. Then please, Hannah said gently, return to your own work. Then Hannah requested Yumi gently to return to her own work. At once Yumi left the room. At once Yumi left the room. But this left Hannah with the white man alone. When Yumi had left the room, Hannah was left with the white man alone. She might have been too afraid to stay had not her anger at Yumi's stubbornness now sustained her. Hannah might have been too afraid to stay with the white man alone if her anger at Yumi's stubbornness had then sustained her. Stupid Yumi, she muttered fiercely. Fiercely means here furiously. Hana muttered furiously and called Yumi stupid. Is this anything but a man? She asked if that was anything but a man and a wounded, helpless man. Hannah exclaimed that he was a wounded, helpless man. There was no need to be afraid of him. In the conviction means strong belief of her own superiority, she bent impulsively. Impulsive means here passionately, and untied the knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. In the strong belief of her own superiority, Hannah bent passionately and untied the knotted rugs that had kept the white man covered. When she had his breast where means naked, she dipped the small clean towel that Yumi had brought into the steaming hot water and bathed his face carefully. When Hannah had his breast where means naked, she dipped the small clean towel that Yumi had brought into the steaming hot water and bathed his face carefully. The man's skin, though rough with exposure, was of a fine texture and must have been very blond. Blond means fair. When he was a child. The man's skin, though rough with exposure, was of a fine texture and must have been very fair when he was a child.